Let's call it the Lummy Sports Show. It's really, listen, Lummy and Grant, the Scouts. You dial your kid on there, Grant?
I can't hear you on my headset.
Did you plug it into the right headset?
I am talking in the mic, but I don't hear anything.
I know, I can hear you. Come on, Scouts. You got plugged it in the right headset? I thought I plugged it. Oh, it's the one next to your right. I thought I showed it to you last time.
I'm not plugging it in.
Oh, I thought you had it. Listen, we'll just cut this part out of the show. Yeah, the Yippee-O Sports Show. Here we go. Yippee-O starting the wrong way here. Hold on, Grant.
Where's this plug into, Big Daddy?
Right against the wall, there's a box.
Where the cough button is?
Yeah. Oh, see, I showed you where the cough button is. Listen, you're a pro, so I just kind of took it as that. See that little hole, the big hole? Shove it right in there. Listen, it's only the second week. We'll get it all nailed down here. I thought I had it. My bad. I thought I showed it to you. So
I got it plugged in now, and I hear you. I hear myself.
You yeah,
I'm on live now. Okay.
Welcome to the Lummy Sports Show with Grant Gregory. My in shape, better looking Dan Orlesky for Florida. 813-90-BUBBA, 813-90-BUBBA. Give us a call. Grant is just waiting to answer all your football questions, especially coming off such a big week. Week 1 of the NFL. And a big week in college football for our. And I say our because I did graduate from USF.
You were on the team.
The university.
For a little bit there, Lummy. Did they know that?
Yeah. They know that I think I picked up your jock twice.
Do they know that do they know about your arm strength?
No, because the arm strength died when I visited you in Kansas State.
That's a great story, though.
I did win that bet, though.
So, Lummy can throw. I mean, what legitimately, what'd you top out at in baseball?
That I know of, 89 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's people don't realize. If you've never faced it, I've faced a couple people in the low 90s, and 89 is humming in high school. It
sure is. You just got to be able to control it.
And he can throw a football, too. We used to. Both of us are past tense. I have the nerve damage in my hands, and Lummy has several tears there in the shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a fun time, though. Fun night.
Great. Hey.
Took some frat boys' money.
Did you know that K-State has not lost to Kansas since that game started the streak?
Really?
Yeah. We've beaten them 16 straight, 09 through 24.
That was a nice little stadium. That was one of my first real college football stadiums that I went to.
They've done some great additions as well, and it's a really nice, really great atmosphere. Anyway, let's get into it. Where we going
Dirt
first,
Merchant,
man?
$2. 813-90-BUBBA, 813-90-BUBBA. Obviously a big week in our world, but a big week if you think of college football. UF supposed to be, they have the hardest schedule, the number one schedule they say in the college football.
It's brutal.
And USF was kind of supposed to be that little hiccup that really wasn't going to. It maybe like the first half would probably give them a little problems, but USF comes in, shuts them down. Definitely a lower scoring game than I thought. 18-16 with a Grammatica, 22-yard field goal at the end.
Extra point, love it. 20 yards.
And now pretty much USF's going to be coming in to face number 5. Now, Grant, I saw a thing. Now, you would know when USF last was number 18, they faced West Virginia, which was number 5. Correct?
Are you talking about in 2007?
Yeah, the upset year. When they were then,
I believe West Virginia might even been number 3 or 4, but I don't know.
Because that's what they're saying, that they're coming off of being 18, then they beat the number 5 team, and then obviously it was downhill from there. But
I love the synergy of that. Obviously, as a USF grad and fan.
Well, of course,
that's amazing.
Exactly, especially if that's true.
Let's talk about that game a little bit. Everybody, obviously, the Florida fans.
Oh,
they already don't like Napier.
Yes, correct.
He mismanaged the game, and we'll just talk about the game from start to finish a little bit.
Yeah, what do you think about the players' discipline though?
I mean, that's embarrassing, and honestly, I don't know if he's going to get suspended another game or not. But like, it's ridiculous. I mean, you do that to somebody on the street, it's assault. You're getting arrested. But there's 150 cameras at every game. You really think you're getting away with something?
Yeah, I mean,
and it's so selfish. I hate selfish penalties. I hate selfish penalties in all sports, but obviously football, there's a lot of them, and it baffles my mind. You work all year to play in 12 games. That guy's a D lineman that's probably rotating, so he's probably playing 35 snaps a game, and he potentially costs his team the game.
Yeah, it was the fourth quarter?
That was the drive.
Yeah.
But to get to that point, so USF, I thought early in the game, Golesh knows he has a defense now. If you look at Golesh in his first 2 years at USF, going for it all the time, right?
Yes.
First drive of the game, they get right around midfield, have like a 4th and 3, and I'm thinking, go for it. They're going to go for it. And then he gets the punter out there, and they do a very nice pooch punt, end over end, pro style pooch punt, fair catch at the 11. I said, this is a different team.
I thought the same thing. I was watching. I go, he's just going to go for it.
But I was completely fine. I was completely fine. I said, okay, the way the defense played in week 1, let's make Florida. And I don't know the true percentages, but if you make a team go more than 80 yards, their touchdown percentage goes way down. Teams rarely go 80-plus yards, and you pin them down at the 11-yard line, they got to execute for a long time if you can keep them from getting big plays. And Florida was not patient enough. So Florida had the ball 3 times in the first half, and they had 9 points, right?
Correct.
3 field goals. They were not patient. They were not patient at all. You look at their rushing right there. Waugh had, 15 for 93?
Yes.
18 for 93, and most of it was in the first half. They were not patient enough when they were driving the ball. They would get away from it and pass when I didn't really think they needed to. I thought they could have worn USF down a little bit, but credit to USF for staying strong on defense. I will say that the two touchdowns that got called back on the same drive were very questionable. They were very questionable, but it is what it is. You still got to execute.
And a penalty is a penalty. No matter tic-tac foul, I mean, they go both ways. I was getting text messages from Florida fans saying, "Oh yeah, the refs are against Florida," blah 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 blah. And the fact of the matter is, yes, penalties are a killer, but they can't obviously just kill your maybe one drive, 2 drives, but then you just start getting into what would I say? You start not being able to overcome them. That's what Florida was doing.
I think it was only that one drive. That one drive, they had 2 touchdowns called back and ended up with a field goal. Like I said, both penalties were questionable, but their calls were made. It's not.
Well, no, there was the second drive right after it where I think it was a drop, but there was something that it should have been another touchdown, but it was like right after that, I felt like Florida just took it out of their sails.
They were puckering. They were puckering. They were literally, when you let a team stick around, and again, like I said, Florida had 3 possessions in the first half, 3 field goals. That's a quick first half. USF did what they wanted to do in the first half, had a couple long drives, got the field goals. They have great confidence in Grammatica. I mean, he's deadly accurate.
That long, yeah.
Even the long one was dead nuts, right?
Yep.
I mean, it was right down the middle, just about 4 yards short, and he didn't hit it great. Is what they say. I have confidence up to 60, but he just didn't hit it great. But it was dead on. And after that miss, there's about 2:50 remaining, and USF had, I think, 1 or 2 timeouts. Right? UF has the ball at the 40. 1 first down, and the game is over. And they throw the ball. They throw an out route on first down to the top side of the field. And I just don't understand it. I think it was probably a called run play where the quarterback can throw to the single receiver side, just throw the out up there with the easy access. But it's a long out throw to the field. And as a coach, I think you are running the ball no matter what there. I think you do not even give the quarterback the option to throw. And you do that 3 times. Worst case, USF calls all their timeouts and gets the ball back inside their own 10 with under 2 minutes left. But USF got the ball back with 2:15.
Well, look at this. I'm looking at this right here. The first half, right? Look at the possessions.
Mm-hmm.
This is where it's almost like, maybe it's just, stupid, but like in boxing, like you feel like you just give all your, then you get to that half. And
14 plays, 81 yards, 13 for 57, 8 for 64. Those are long drives, successful drives, but
if you look at the third quarter coming after halftime, 3 plays, -8 yards. 3 plays, 25 yards. 7 plays, 44. 3 plays, 6 yards. That third quarter
was all USF.
Exactly, but
all
it was
USF.
like now is that coaching at halftime? You're looking at coaching at halftime. You're going in. You're 6'9", 9'6". You're going in at halftime. All right, you're at home. It's almost like when USF would play Alabama, and then you see like third, fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Nick say fourth quarter. It's like, oh, it's close. We have a chance. Alabama turns it on. Done.
Well, I think we would get a unanimous consent from every football fan in the country. Who's a better coach, Golesh or Napier? I think everyone's on the Golesh train right now.
Exactly.
And he dominated this game. The USF did exactly what they wanted to do, and they got into the fourth quarter with a chance. Not only a chance, they were in the lead.
Yeah.
But when you get to that point, obviously Florida has more elite talent, but when you stick around and you play as hard as USF does, you give yourself a chance. And this defense, there's a lot of different guys making plays. There's a ton of different players rotating through. And then we talked about it last week. The depth is improving. This is a testament to that. Byron Brown is a warrior. He didn't have to run the ball a ton in this game, but they hit the big plays on that final drive. 8 plays for 87 yards, aided by the spit and the pass interference. Now, the pass interference was a legit call. They would have had a completion on a little RPO, but the spit that's a backbreaker. That's 15 yards. That gets you going, and then they hit. I still think, was it considered a run or a pass? The 29-yard. They called it a pass. That probably should have been a rush. I believe it was a backward pass.
It was a backward pass.
So, but it doesn't matter. That's just in the stat book. But once USF got down where it's, hey, after that play, they're at the what's the next? Go down one.
Yeah, right there.
They're at the 32. They're in field goal range with 1:45 left.
12-yard pass.
Yeah, that was the first easy access throw. They line up in a 2-receiver to the bottom set, and Florida's in man-to-man as a 10-yard cushion for the first time all game. They were not giving USF any, I call them easy access throws, where you can just throw a hitch or a slant out there. First time all game was in that situation, and he hits Josh Porter for a 12-yard pass down to the 20, where now you're thinking Grammatica's money. Like, this is not even a long field goal anymore. And then USF ran 2 more plays, 6 yards and 6 yards and 4 yards to get all the way down to the 2-yard line.
Like, once at that 1 minute mark, I was looking at it going, they look defeated, and they knew they were done.
And Napier should have called the timeouts far earlier than he did, and USF probably would have needed a field goal in the 35 to 45-yard range, where you're talking about a tough kick at that point. But when we got down, I was never worried about the kick. I was worried about the snap and the hold.
Yes.
Once you get to a chip shot extra point. But
easier to block.
Yeah. And just you never know when someone's going to bad snap or humidity. And
yeah, you never know.
Snap the holder. I've been the holder. And balls get wet.
It gets a little slippery. But like you said, you never know. You can never give up at the end of the day. And I mean, I used to think that it was kind of a joke with Greg Schiano when he was with the Bucks. Doing that
at the NFL level, that's a joke.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying, though. But I remember one time it actually worked. And you're looking at it and going, holy fuck, like it actually kind of does work, but you can't do it at the NFL level. I mean, that will just get you run out of it like he kind of was anyhow.
Kind of was, yeah.
But
so
right there, like you're saying, but even as Grammatica's a sophomore?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
he made 2 50-plus yarders last year against Miami when USF played a pretty good first half against Miami and then got boat raced in the second half.
But as Napier, as a coach, should be like, guys, look, we're not fucking out of this. This is a guy. He's a sophomore. We get into his head. It's a big game, Florida. But you guys are Florida. You know what I mean? Like, you never know.
He did a bad job, and his clock management was not good. And I know he still calls the plays, and he's got an offensive background. And from a clock management standpoint, these teams should have a clock management guy. Just like all the NFL teams do. These major budget SEC teams, why are they not paying somebody $80,000, $100,000 to just be a nerd and tell them when to call timeouts?
Yeah, but you think it's the coaches they have such an ego that they don't fucking listen?
Sometimes.
And I'm not saying anything.
But also he's thinking about other things because he's got a lot of responsibility. I mean,
Well,
again, I don't want to pile all over him. He's doing a bad job at Florida. That doesn't mean he's a bad coach. He was a very good coach at Louisiana, but he's doing a bad job at Florida.
Do you think his days pretty much numbered?
Yeah, they're going to end up this 6 or 7 game stretch unless they can somehow end up 5-1 or 4-2. But I don't see that happening. But and at that point, the Heat's going to be so bad. They're going to just go to their schedule real quick. Let me look at
Is it pretty much going to be like when Dan Mullen was?
Dan Mullen got that was.
I thought Dan Mullen was a good coach.
Yeah, and it's laughable.
He can't recruit.
That's the laughable. I mean,
okay.
If you want to look at the recruiting rankings. Oh my gosh, he was like 13th for multiple years. But it was the narrative. It was a narrative that he's not recruiting as much as Napier is.
Well, but isn't it with him is he wouldn't go out during the season and get those like big sexy ones that he'd wait to the end of the year then go get it.
That was the narrative, and that was it. I think he agreed with that. I think he said that he's going to coach more in the season and not focus as much on recruiting. But at the end of the day, he's a better coach, and his recruiting classes were in the 10 to 15 range rather than the top 10.
Yeah, this schedule, see, they're fucked.
Yeah, and so Florida, if they lose LSU, Miami, Texas back to back, he'll be fired. They'll be 1-4. He'll be fired.
Yeah, then you go to Texas A&M.
Or whenever their bye week is. They have a bye week after Miami.
You played at Texas A&M, right?
We played Texas A&M at home.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask.
But it's an amazing atmosphere. I know that.
And then Mississippi obviously coming up with a big upset over Arizona State.
Mississippi State, yeah, that was another great win. That was a big win for a program that was, and that's what I wanted to talk about a little bit is. 3 years ago when Golesh took over, this program was bad. Mm-hmm. And
Jeff Scott didn't. Yeah. I don't know. Were you a fan of Jeff Scott?
I know nothing about Jeff Scott personally. I only know the results on the field, and the results on the field were beyond atrocious.
Yeah.
So he did one of the worst jobs in a 3-year stretch in college football history. I mean,
that's pretty bad.
It's really bad.
I thought Skip Holtz was bad, but.
Skip Holtz at least had one good year.
Well, yeah, that's true. Jeff Scott had none.
And I actually think Willie Taggart, like even my friends disagree with me on this. Willie Taggart did a good job at USF.
Yeah, who said he didn't?
When tons of people don't like Willie Taggart because he left and went to Oregon and was 1 year at Oregon, went to Florida State.
Well, get over yourself. Look, he still did a good job.
He did a very good job. You look
10-2 the 1 year.
Yeah, they were. That's what I'm saying. Like he took over a bad team, and in 5 years when he left, they were a good team with legitimate talent. So like. USF fans don't like Taggart because he left, I think, but you look at the totality of came into a bad situation and made it a good situation. And then Charlie Strong, we thought he was doing great, but his second year it became worse and worse and worse, and it was apparent that it wasn't a good fit.
Yeah, poor Charlie Strong.
But anyway, so I just want to take a minute to appreciate where this program was 3 years ago when Golesh took over to go 7-6, 6-6 and win a bowl game his first year, and then last year same thing. They were a better team last year, even though the results in the field were the same. But 3 years ago, if you told a regular college football fan that hey, in 3 years USF is going to be beating Florida at Florida, they wouldn't have believed you.
No, and that's what you kind of expect, especially when a new coach. Well, that's how it used to be. You would always say, like, look, let him get in. Let him burn out the players that aren't his guys. Let him burn out. Let him get his freshmen, kind of under the wing. Mm-hmm. He's going to have that second year where you're going to see that little teeny uptick, mm-hmm. which it happened. That little uptick happened.
They were better last year despite the record being the same.
Yeah. Well, but they made the bowl game. They didn't make a bowl game the first year, right?
First year they did. They beat Syracuse.
Oh, okay.
Boca Raton Bowl.
Sorry. My bad. Well, still. I thought last year was the first one. Whatever. But the fact of the matter is, I agree with you. I think the last year was they were a better team.
And the step I was looking for this year was, hey, you've done a really good job of beating the teams that are at the bottom of the conference. Let's be more competitive with the Memphis, Navy, top teams in the conference. And their schedule isn't bad. I mean, after they get back from Miami, their schedule is pretty easy. They're going to be favored. But that's happened
before, though.
Correct,
there's always secret teams. And Big E 7375 in our chat, he's in the Hall of Fame at West Virginia. He played football over there. He's a big boy.
Okay.
He says, mostly you have to give a new coach at least 3 years, and that's true.
Oh, you should. But in this day and age, I always say the more they pay you, the quicker they'll fire you, and that's fair because the buyouts are bigger. But if they don't like what they're seeing, they'll fire you real quick. But it is unfair to have a coach try to come in and say you got to fix this in 2 years. It's like, yeah, you need to give them 3 years.
The USF job too, especially like you're saying. Was a stadium? Did they have that vision right before he got there?
Oh, before he got there, yeah, it was a vision.
Okay, that's right. Because Dion said they showed him the.
Yeah, it was a vision.
Yeah, so. You're still looking at it. You're not on campus. Realistically, you're walking around school. The football team's a joke. The basketball team was actually doing a little bit better. The baseball team, but football was a joke.
Correct. They're bad. They were bad.
They were bad. I remember meeting with Warsaw the first time, and it was between his first year and second year, and they were still kind of like, he was even saying, he was walking around. He goes, "There's still not that big hype around football," and they were just coming from Tennessee. And he's like, but it's going to change. And he was hoping last year it would change, but it slowly progressed into this year. And I'm giving with going to Miami, and everyone said the same thing with Florida. There was no chance. And with Miami, I feel that Miami, who are they playing next after Florida? And I know I said it last time with looking ahead, which was this. Are they playing who are they playing?
Click on full schedule.
Yeah. Oh, they're playing Florida.
Yeah, there we go. That's great.
I mean, realistically, yeah, Florida's down. But, I mean, if you're a good coach with Miami, I mean, you got to say, like, look, we can't take USF for granted. We can't take Florida for granted. But just look ahead. Just
like last week, USF got Florida's attention by beating Boise the way they did. USF got Miami's attention by beating Florida. There will be no look ahead, even though it would be nice if they were.
Yeah, I mean,
but I mean, Miami's going to have a sellout crowd, which they're not always accustomed to. But when they're good, those fans are as fair weather as it gets down there, and it'll be a raucous environment.
Yeah, and all the Hall of Famers that they have, which they have a lot of them, will be there.
It'll be a great matchup. And this is again, all these Florida schools, all these kids are playing each other in high school. There's massive amount of shit talking. There's bragging rights. It's a pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome playing Florida schools.
Yes. And this is going to be the biggest game on CW network history.
Yeah, I know it's a new TV contract.
I know, CWGs. But I mean that's going to be huge. I mean, unfortunately, Billy Napier is probably gone. I mean, a lot of people, again, it's always how it is, but there's Florida fans now coming out saying, "Well, enjoy Golish while you have him, because he's going to get popped."
We should enjoy him while we have him, 100%. And I think our administration, I know it's a interim AD right now, and they're right here. I'm looking at it. Rob Higgins is potentially going to be the new AD. But
is that the CFO position or whatever the hell they named it? Did you see that?
CEO of athletics. It's the AD, CEO. Whatever. But USF.
Oh, okay, because that's the AD. Yeah. Because I saw a little thing, and I'm like, why does USF always have to come through with all these like new fucking little titles?
But let's fast forward a little bit, and let's just say that at the end of the season, USF, we go 9-3, right?
Yeah.
Let's be 9-3. People, Golish is super hot. USF should right now be making an extension for Golish with whatever money they can come up with, and just make the buyout huge. Somebody's going to come in and offer him $50 million, whether it's Florida, whether it's Arkansas, somebody else is another big Kentucky. A job's going to come open. They're going to offer him that money. And tough to turn down, but maybe he does. I don't know. If you can get a contract extension for him with a major buyout, it's like you're doing your own insurance, right?
Yeah.
And then a school has to come in and give you $20 million to take your coach. Okay, you got $20 more million in your athletic fund. And then your program is in a much better spot to go hire John Gruden or somebody.
Yeah. Well, Alabama always used to come around for Leavitt.
They offered him the job.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, Leavitt probably would be a little better position than where he is right now. Poor guy. But no, I mean, that's what's scary. Hopefully they do that buyout Golish. I mean, it seems like Golish does like
that's the thing.
School, but
so
I mean, but
every year coaches are always getting poached, right?
Of course.
Whether it's NFL or whether it's college, NFL's poaching the best college coaches, whatever. And like I said, someone's going to offer him 6 years, $50 million, or 6 years, $60 million. That's insane to turn down, but at some point, somebody's going to see that 30% of the coaches that do go up, Napier is one of them. He goes from Louisiana Lafayette to here. He takes the big check. He's set for life. But now what's he going to be doing?
Yeah, but Louisiana Lafayette's a little different than USF, and maybe that's just my bias.
100%. USF has potential to. USF has. That's what I'm saying. Much better potential. The one I've talked about is Brian Harsin was at Boise, goes to Auburn. Dude, you could have been at Boise making $2.5 million a year. They'll put your name on the stadium if you stay there for 15 years. And that's why I look at Golesh. Like, if you can somehow get an extension where he's making $5 million a year and have sustained success for 10, 12, maybe he doesn't want to leave. Maybe he wants to build something great. Like, you go somewhere, you build your baby. You don't want to leave for somewhere where you got to start over with the culture. And yeah, it's not always greener pastures.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could see that with Willie Taggart. I would say, Willie Taggart, he jumped ship for Oregon, and then Oregon, obviously, it must have been his golden job to go to Florida State.
Well, he's a Southeast guy. He's from.
Yeah, but I mean, like that, he could have been sitting at USF and just been, loving life. And I remember there was one time, the one time I really talked to Schnellenberger, right, when he was recruiting, and I was sitting in his office, and he said his biggest regret was leaving Miami.
Yeah.
He said if he never left Miami, they would have retired the state, everything would have been Howard Schnellenberger Stadium.
Yeah.
But because of the greed of the USFL and him getting paid and all that other stuff, and he thought that at the time he needed to make more of himself, becoming a professional and blah, whatever. He was already an offensive coordinator with the Dolphins, whatever it is. But he said that was his biggest regret. It was jumping, because he could have stayed at Miami, and then he tried to get it back at Louisville, and then he tried obviously at FAU. But you look back at it and you just hope that there's someone like, his mindset, like a Bobby Bowden or like those guys.
There's going to be, at some point, there's going to be a mid-major group of 5 coach that does turn down the big boys to try to stay and get and build something special.
Is there anyone like that now?
I can't think about it. I mean, look at Luke Fickell. He was at Cincinnati, had it rolling. Now he's struggling at Wisconsin.
I guess it's just too tempting.
It's very tempting. I mean, they're throwing a lot of money at you.
Yeah, but is it about the money or is it about your ego?
Both.
Because
everyone wants to win a national title, and that's
but with the playoffs now, it's a little different.
Correct. That's a huge factor. If you can be, so USF obviously wants to get in the Big 12 or the ACC, and then they're a Power 4 job. But until then, USF can 100% be the best Group of 4 team, the Group of 5 team.
Exactly.
100%. Yeah. We have the resources. We have the coach right now. You're in the state of Florida. Boise's been that for long, and we just kicked their doors down. So
exactly, and you get that opportunity to get in the playoffs. Yeah, maybe you're having to face that one, but
yeah,
but still that exposure.
If you get your foot in the door, you got a chance.
I don't know. It just
Enjoy Golesh while we got him. Let's see. USF has never won a conference title. Let's
try to win one.
Let's try to win one. And that's obviously, this game against Miami needs no extra motivation. But once you're gone, done with that, South Carolina State at home, and then it's conference. But I will say also that Florida game, I don't think USF got beat up much. I think they came out relatively injury-free. There was some cramping on both sides later in the game, but
it was hot,
I think USF is relatively healthy right now, considering how physical these first 2 games were, and they're going to need every bit of physicality this next week and hope for some more game mismanagement from the opposing coach, which Mario Cristobal does every year.
What's your prediction on this game, USF at Miami?
I think we're going to have to score 30 to win. I think it's going to be really tough to hold Miami under 30. So let's go 30-27.
There you go. I like it. I'm going 31-28.
All right.
I'll go over 32. That would be a dream. It'd probably be some low scoring game. And Biggie asked, and I know how the practice facility is, but how, since you've played at other, you played actually at a Big 10 and Big 12, how other facilities compare?
So Indiana has all new facilities from when I was there. Everything is there. They've never invested money in football up until the last 10 years. It was a vision when I was there, but their facilities are now very good. They're competitive in the Big 10. In Kansas State, same thing. It's all new. They have very, very good facilities now, both schools.
Caleb Morris, he's saying, are we all drunk or high? Because he's saying 35-10 Miami, which, by the way, look, everyone in chat last week when we said about USF had an opportunity to beat Florida, everyone said that we were high and drunk last time too.
I mean, and I'm not going to pick against my schools.
Well, of course. But the whole thing is that I'm not going to pick against them too, but you can be realist and say, look, every team can – look, I always say look at Florida and Georgia State. Miami's had some big upsets that they've given up, and you're going, what did Miami just do?
Oh, yeah.
It all depends on who shows up. I mean,
turnover battle. Plus 2 turnover battle or a special teams touchdown is oftentimes a difference in a game or allowing a team to get back into a game.
It's not FIU going into Miami. Okay, it's not Weber International University and NAIA school going in, Long Island University going into Miami. I mean, there are athletes.
Yeah,
no matter if the AAC,
USF has good players. They're well coached, and they've established in 3 years they've established a culture of how hard they're going to play, which is tough to do in the transfer portal era. Which is why I think there's a lot of teams that get all these supposedly great players on. Great teams on paper, but there is an it factor to culture.
Yeah, and look, it could be it might be a blowout, but I think it's, if anything,
it absolutely could.
I think it's going to be the first half is if it does turn out to be
in any game like this, you got to weather the storm early. You got to weather the storm early. Miami's going to come out in front of the home fans, and hey. Just get through the first quarter, settle into the game, play your game. USF, both offensively, was better in the second half of both games, which we talked about last week, how Golesh has been a very good halftime adjuster as a coach.
The first game offense looked completely flat. Yep. I know they got kind of better in second quarter, but then that second half was just
yeah.
And I mean, first off, if USF comes out and punches Miami in the face, which, by the way, Miami, most athletes are the same way, but Miami especially, I've seen when Miami gets down early,
you can get in their head.
Exactly. Right. So I mean, if USF comes out and just punches them in the face, I mean, it could be game over right there. But we'll see.
I won't say game over. The home team normally has a comeback in them. But that's what I'm saying. It all depends on because Miami, they don't have a history lately. Correct. Oh, the U is back. We hear it every year.
Exactly.
We hear it every year.
And then what do? They usually lose 3 or 4 down the road. I mean, USF the same thing. So I'm not gonna talk too much shit. But what other games this week are you looking forward to?
The games that already happened, or the games that are coming?
No, games coming up.
We got Georgia, Tennessee, 3:30, right?
Oh yeah, there you go.
The ranked matchups you've got. I mean, so let's just go on the ranked matchups. I mean, Oregon looks like they absolutely steamrolled Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State has fallen a lot in the last couple of years, and Oregon, I think it was 69-3.
Yes.
I think 27.5 is actually too low. They're going to beat Northwestern by more than that. But Clemson, Georgia Tech's also an interesting game. Georgia Tech's a good team. You see the spread's only 3.5.
Yeah, they Vegas did that one pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Vegas does everyone pretty good.
Yeah, they're Georgia Tech is always, I feel like, one of those teams every year, and maybe the last 5 years, maybe even longer. But Georgia Tech is always one of those teams that you just don't know what's going to happen.
Well, for so long, we talked about last week that they ran the option, which is when you're running the option when you're running the option at Army or Navy or Air Force, when you play a Notre Dame or just a Clemson, whatever, they only prepare for that once per year. So every other team has some carryover. That's but again, Georgia Tech doesn't run the option anymore.
No, they don't. But
for a long time, they were the only Power 5 team that did.
Yeah, that is true.
Georgia, Tennessee. At Tennessee, 100,000 people at Neyland Stadium. Going to be a tough matchup. Great environment.
Did you skip over Oklahoma and Tennessee Temple?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be in Wisconsin. Wisconsin. Okay.
Wisconsin's not good.
Let's go to Alabama real quick.
Wisconsin will not score more than 17 points. Alabama wins 42-17.
Really?
42-14. Yeah, it's going to kill.
You think that buys a little bit of time? See, now that's where I could see. No, I know that's where I wanted to go with that too. And I know
they got a bye week. Then they got Georgia.
But I'm saying on the coaching.
Yeah,
with Alabama. Is that an opportunity where I know he has a $70 million buyout, and
they're going to beat Wisconsin. Then they have a bye week, and then they play Georgia. So he's going to have a chance to make Alabama fans happy real quick.
Okay, so
that Florida State game is a non-conference loss. It's a non-conference loss to a team that, who knows, maybe Florida State goes 11-1 and they're a top 5 team and the loss doesn't look too bad by the end of the year.
And I mean, you love how, and of course, the rankings, they got to keep Alabama in the top 25 because they probably are expecting that, so they can just get right back in there.
They're still worthy of it based on talent.
Yeah, but okay, all right.
Based on talent and program history, they're
if
worthy
that's
of it.
I can see you being. You could literally be a voter in the standings in the rankings. Because, I mean, that's obviously what they're looking at. They're looking at the talent and not what's going on the field, which is fine.
A lot of times, a little bit of both.
Yeah.
That's another argument that I've always had in terms of at the end of the year, okay, you have an 11-1 team that's a Cinderella. Look at SMU last year or Indiana last year, 11-1. And what if Alabama went 6-6, they'd still be favored over Indiana, right? Because So when we talk about, you hear all the pundits always talk about, it's not about the most deserving, it's about the best. It's like, no, it's not. It's about the most deserving because Vegas will tell you who the best team is on a neutral field. And if you want to say it's about the best teams, then let's just ask Vegas and see who the see who the matchups are, who's favored. A 6-6 Alabama, obviously, nobody in their right mind would say they deserve to be in the playoff, but they're a better team in terms of talent and in terms of what Vegas says. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
It depends on who shows up. It depends on how hungry they are. And that's why they always said, like, oh, the most talented teams go into bowl games nowadays and they'll get their ass kicked because the guys don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, Alabama could go 6-6 and go to the fucking, PapaJohns.com bowl and play South Alabama, and they'll look like, they'll probably just half of them will take it off. And South Alabama will look like.
That's a recent thing, and it's very true.
And, well, yeah. So, Michigan, and I wanted to ask you before Michigan, the quarterback. What is he?
He's a freshman. He's a true freshman.
I know. How much he's getting paid? What did he get? That $8 million deal?
$8 million over at least 3 years.
What do you think of him?
2 games, not enough. He's obviously immensely talented. You can see that when you look at his body type. You see how effortless the arm strength is. You see how well he moves. He's got the total package. Now it's about how can you develop him into being one of the best players in the country. And Cade Klubnik at Clemson was a 5-star, and it took 3 years for it to kind of work with him. So everyone's going to expect Bryce Underwood to be amazing early, but it's tough. This is a different level, and Michigan is not the same talent level they had under Harbaugh. They lost, I believe, 24 guys over the last 2 years to the NFL draft. It's either 21 or 24, something like that. It's an incredible amount of talent that's gone, and they're not nearly as good on offense, that's for sure.
I know you know the NIL pretty well. If he leaves Michigan next year,
he's got a true contract where...
Does he have a true contract?
Yeah.
Okay. That was my question. I wasn't sure if he had a true contract
if he wants to go into the portal. He's not, I heard most of these guys get money every 6 months. So, really? And if they leave, they're basically breaking their contract. And you think of a 3-year, $8 million deal, you're talking $2.66 a year. Yeah. So, like, every 6 months, he's making 1.3, right? 1.33.
Yeah. And if he's gone, he doesn't get it.
If he's gone, he doesn't get it. Or
got it. Okay. I
believe that's what I...
Because I know there's some deals out there that they were talking about early on is that the minute they sign it,
they got it, which was absurd from the spender standpoint. Who's
John's moving company in Oklahoma that's paying some guy that just transferred to Maine. Obviously wouldn't do that, but you know what I'm saying. No one's going to call the moving company in Oklahoma when you're out there playing in Michigan. So,
but all right, we got that game.
So
that Georgia Tennessee is at 3:30.
I mean, that's gonna be a good game. I have to turn that off though. And
USF Miami 4:30.
Texas Tech. I watched that. By the way, you're real. You nailed it. They looks good.
Texas Tech's got talent.
I mean, 60. I know.
No, they play Kent State.
It doesn't matter. But
Oregon State's not good. We'll find out.
But against Utah,
Utah's a good team. Utah's a good program. We'll see how good Texas. All these teams. We gotta. Big 12 is very mediocre.
Well, I was going to say the Big 12 was mediocre last year.
Yeah, it's very mediocre.
I mean, because I was going to.
But USF Miami 4:30. Then later in the afternoon, you got that's a good matchup. We'll see if Arkansas can pull the upset at Ole Miss. That's Arkansas. He's another coach that they're going to call for his head if they're 5-5 in 8 weeks. So that's another big matchup. Ole Miss can get. Is Lane Train going to make it into the playoff this year? He's got to win games like this if he does.
Do you like Lane Kiffin?
Yeah.
Have you ever met him?
Nope. Never met him. He can coach. I mean, when he took over Ole Miss, they were going 5-7, 6-6, and now they're a perennial top 25 team. Just had a first-round quarterback. They've missed out on the playoff. They had a disappointing 9-3. So think about that. They've been very good. Florida LSU at 7:30, and Notre Dame hosts Texas A&M at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, who you taking on that game?
Notre Dame at home. They need it. I think they're low scoring game. Vanderbilt, South Carolina. South Carolina is an amazingly hard place to play. Great fans. Vanderbilt, I do not recommend betting against Diego Pavia. The kid.
It's a 4.5 point spread too.
The kid is a winner. The kid is an absolute winner.
Who do you got? Indiana State. Now, see, Bubba went to Indiana State, so
he's a sycamore like Simmons.
Yeah, him and Simmons are buddies.
I love it. Yeah. I mean, Indiana's going to win huge.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
They win huge.
He said after
I believe their Indiana State head coach. I know him well. He's a good guy. Kurt Mallory. I believe he's still there. He was one of my. He was a secondary coach at Indiana when I was there.
Oh,
his father was Bill Mallory, who's a long time one of the best coaches in IU history.
Well, he is. I mean, hopefully he can get Indiana State turned around.
He's done a decent job there. He's been there 6 or 7 years and had a couple winning seasons for a program that doesn't have a great tradition.
So do you think Florida bounces back against LSU? I mean, going into LSU,
wouldn't surprise me. You see this all the time, and fans don't understand how a team can, like, the sky's not falling. The sky is not falling. You just go back, you do your process, you prepare to win a game against LSU, a team you beat last year. Now, is LSU a better team on paper? Absolutely.
Yeah, you beat them at home, though, too.
You did. But Florida LSU is a great rivalry, too.
7:30 in Baton Rouge.
Oh, it's going to be a madhouse, and it's going to be a really tough place to win. But Brian Kelly has lost games every year that he should win. But I still take LSU.
8.5 point spread, too. Woo! That's gonna be a fun game to watch. I'll probably be I'm gonna be happy because USF's gonna win against Miami, and
and we can have the same conversation next week, and Golish's number is gonna go up even more.
Exactly. So maybe, well, you never know. Maybe they'll come through before the Miami game, sign him into like a 5-year, $100 million buyout, and realistically.
You want to move on to NFL?
Let's go to the NFL. Yes, I printed you up a little paper. We actually did pretty well, by the way.
I mean,
what were you going to say?
You take the favorites in the NFL most weeks when you're not going against the spread. But the first week, it's great to have football back. But week 1, Cowboys Eagles. Did you watch that whole game?
No, I did not.
I went to bed at the delay. When they had the lightning delay, I went to bed. But the spit incident before the game was incredible.
I mean, I was actually surprised Dak got away with it.
He spit towards the ground.
Yeah, or did he?
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying that Dak knew what he was doing. That's why if you watch the lineman move in, after he spit.
I mean, there's no problem with spitting on the ground.
Okay, well, I'm just saying a lot of people are saying...
There's a problem when you spit on somebody.
Well, yes. I'm not saying that what the Eagles guy did was right, but there's also saying that Dak pretty much...
Good.
He baited him.
Good.
Oh, so you're cool with that?
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
He didn't do anything wrong. He was standing in a huddle with his mouth is 1.5 feet from his lineman's shoulders, so he's either going to spit on his own lineman or spit in the direction of Jalen Carter. I'm spitting in the direction of him, and you got their best player out of the game. I don't think he thought Carter would retaliate like that, but Dak spits all the time. Watch games. He spits as often as Drew Brees licked his fingers.
Big E says Dak's spit got intercepted by his lineman.
Dak spit?
Got intercepted.
Maybe some spray.
Yeah,
but
right.
I think the
But still, it doesn't
matter.
matter because it turns out the kid Dak just couldn't pull up the nose. You know what? Only 188 yards passing from Dak.
Correct. He looked pretty sharp. He had a couple drops. I thought he played fine. I thought the Eagles are the best roster in the NFL. And then Friday, it's not surprising because the Chargers are a good team, but
let me go to our picks here.
It's a big win by the Chargers.
Yeah, let me go to our picks here. Lummy Chargers. Yes, I picked them, and Grant, no.
I picked KC.
Yes, you did.
I thought that I didn't think the Chargers would score that much.
You got to believe in Herbert.
I love Herbert. He just hasn't won a playoff game.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's still young. Was he like 27?
Probably, yeah. He's probably 26.
There's time. Not everyone is.
He's a prototype. I love him. He's a prototype. He is not flashy at all in terms of you don't see any negative stuff from him. He seems like a professional that's not outlandish in any way. He just goes about his business, but he is a 6'6", rocket-armed, good mobility quarterback.
Well, listen, he is playing in LA, but I mean, realistically, the Chargers are just always under the radar.
They are.
I mean, they might as well play in fucking Idaho, in my opinion. I mean, they play in Los Angeles, and the Rams are the big team.
Correct.
And the Chargers are like the second, the little stepchild.
Yes.
But
Harbaugh, they got a great coach, though. Harbaugh's a great coach.
Oh, yeah. And I think the Chargers are going to be really good. I mean, it's surprising when you click on the standings and see the Chiefs at the bottom. I know it's only one game, but
always the Chiefs has had such sustained success.
You just don't expect to see the Chiefs struggling because the Chiefs are who they play next this week coming up. Where's my little sheet? Where's my sheet? Chiefs are playing
Philly at KC. Philly.
I mean,
Philly's in Arrowhead, so you got. I mean, that
could be an 0-2 right there. Start.
Oh, very easily could. But I still have faith in the Chiefs just because it's the program. Again, it's the culture. You have a really good defense. You have a 3-time Super Bowl quarterback. Chiefs will win minimum of 11 games. I'm sure their Vegas over-under was probably 11.5. And the Bucks. That was a great win. So
they
really needed that after both games last year against Atlanta being high scoring, brutal losses. It was great to walk out of there with a win and be 1-0 in the division. Egbuka came up huge. Obviously, we heard about him, and I think everybody in Tampa expected him to be as advertised based on what we heard, and he showed up. Baker was his classic self. He came up big in the fourth quarter. He threw a couple questionable balls early that could have been picked. He does that almost every game.
Yeah, he started slow.
He started slow.
You could tell that he didn't do the preseason.
His running was big. He was the leading rusher, obviously, and
that's going to be. But I mean, they did that last year against Atlanta. They got to be better on the ground.
Yeah, the Bucs running game last year was very good. They have 3 good running backs. And Tucker obviously is in the mix. They gave him several plays in the game, but they've got a 3-headed monster at running back. And the first 2, Bucky and Rashad, both went over 1,000 scrimmage yards last year. Obviously, everybody knows Bucky had a great rookie year, but Rashad White is a excellent pass catching running back.
Oh yeah, I mean he is a stud. I can't wait for Jalen McMillan to get back.
Yeah,
and also
and Godwin.
Yeah, I mean right there we have a loaded wide receiver room.
Yeah,
which the Bucs have not had in a while. Which is nice.
What are you talking about? Why do you think Brady came here? He saw Godwin. He saw Evans. No, and then they got Antonio Brown. The Bucs have had a loaded receiver room for a while.
What I'm seeing is a young. I'm saying like we had to bring in AB. Like right now, if you look at it, we have Godwin. Like Evans, right?
Yeah, and Egbuka.
Now, but we drafted him last year, first round.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have
McMillan's a 3rd round pick.
Exactly.
They've got a good receiver. They know Evans is. He might retire after this year. Who knows?
No, he's not going to retire. What I'm saying is that.
Evans might retire at any point. That's why he signed only a 2-year deal. He had better offers.
Put it this way:
he only wanted a 2-year deal, and I know that for a fact.
When you're talking about Brady coming in for it was Mike Evans and Godwin, right? And then they brought in AB. I'm saying is that if Godwin comes down, we have AB to replace it. There's no one behind him. But I'm saying is that like right now, if Evans, obviously we don't want that to happen, but Godwin and Evans, that's a year from now we have and obviously they're not the same players, but we have two wide receivers that could fill in.
When healthy, the Bucs have 4 very good receivers, and I think Sterling Shepard is a solid 5.
Yeah, we've had him for a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean he had a couple injuries. to finish his Giants career, but he had several very good seasons in New York where he was 700 or 800 yard guy, and he obviously has the rapport with Baker playing in college together.
When's the Bengals gonna get fucking? When are they gonna get offensive line for your boy Burrow? He took some beating, man. He was getting his ass kicked.
I didn't watch much of that game, obviously, because I was watching the Bucs, but I mean, they only had, I think, 20 yards of total offense in the second half.
I mean, they're high-flying offense. We picked Cincinnati. I mean, they did come out with a win. But I mean, if you look right here, T. Higgins, leading receiver, 33 yards. Jamar Chase,
14
yards.
completions for 113 yards. They didn't do anything passing. They didn't do anything moving the ball. And that's 160 yards of offense.
I mean, Chase Brown, 21 carries, 43 yards. I mean, unless the Browns have an unbelievable defense that I'm missing out on.
There's no such thing as a bad win.
Do you smell trouble? I mean, Burrow, if he gets hit, how he was getting hit? Yeah, he only got 3 sacks, 18 for 18 yards, but the hits.
No, I'm not going to completely overreact after week 1 and say they're in trouble. They had one of the top 3 hits. They had one of the top 3 offenses in the league last year.
So you think they're bounced back? It's just the Browns.
But I'll go back to the Bucs game. I also want to say that Michael Penix is a good quarterback. And I know he's Tampa Bay Tech, so I'll give a little shout out to Michael Penix. I remember watching him because he went to Indiana, and obviously I follow all 3 of my schools. But when he was at Indiana, they had the really good year in 2020, the short season.
Did he blow his knee out?
He blew his knee out twice, and he had a shoulder. But he was hurt. He got hurt every year, and we didn't have good enough receivers to really show how good he was. He threw so many what I thought were great balls that an NFL receiver catches, and on time, whizzing right by your head. That Indiana at that point was a below average team. They were not good enough for him in that moment. But he has effortless arm strength. His shoulder, he gets whip on the ball. He throws BBs all over the field. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah, they got Bijan Robinson too.
The Bucs did great against the run.
Oh no,
they held up great. I mean, the second half. I
think there were some questionable calls by Raheem too. I mean, I like Raheem as a coach. I think he's a smart coach. I think he makes some mistakes. But I think he.
What were your mistakes you thought from game management perspective or what?
Game management, a couple of the play calls that he did late in the game when you're looking at it, and they took Robinson out and they took who?
Raheem Morris does not coach offense. That's the offensive coordinator and that's the running backs coach.
Yeah, but I thought he had a.
I'm 99% sure Zach Robinson, who's the former Oklahoma State quarterback, who was the offensive coordinator at the Falcons, has full autonomy.
Does he?
Or Raheem is a secondary coach.
No,
he's
I know he's defensive, but
Raheem
still.
will probably get on the headset and maybe give some little advice. He's staying out of the way for the most part.
Yeah,
he's
but for the game, I mean,
stuff.
you can't be looking at first and second downs and pulling out your best running back at that point in time early.
It's a long season, and they know how good Bijan is.
Yeah, but still.
Tyler Algier is also a hammer.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, Raheem's looking at the play calling too. I mean, you could look at it and say, okay, because if you look at it, I mean, we won't give it to Raheem. I mean, look, if he's not doing the offense there, like I said, I think Raheem is a good coach. I think that he's a really good defensive coach. You saw that with the Rams too. I mean, actually, everywhere he's kind of coached.
He's a good coach. I've always liked him. I've enjoyed every interaction I've ever had with him. He's a very, very personable guy.
So he
remembers everybody he meets, which is an impressive trait.
So you're saying in that second half, when there was a couple running plays, I feel like they took the ball out of Penix's hand. I feel like they didn't. That was all offense coordinator.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the game plan. That's the OC. And I thought they scored on the fourth play of the game, and then the Bucs shut them down until the fourth quarter. It was an interesting game. That's a very common NFL game. That type of, hey, you're shut down. You have one big play for a touchdown. You get shut down for 2.5 quarters. Then you have a little bit of a back and forth fourth quarter. But Baker came up big on the last drive. Again, he uses his feet every game. He
gets out of those sacks too, which is nice.
He's tough to bring down. He's obviously, I think he's not I think he's shorter than me. I think he's right at 6 foot, and I think he's thick. He's about 215 pounds, but he's a tough to bring down. He's a good enough athlete to get you 2 or 3 first downs a game.
Yeah, I like how
he's tough as shit.
He's always looking, especially when he gets in that low pressure. He's always looking downfield and get rid of the ball.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's scrambling to throw the ball, but he like I said, he picks up 2 to 3 first downs every week. Key first downs with his legs. Dolphins look terrible.
Well, I was going to say, are you surprised that Danny Dimes came out and looked like a superstar in Tua? Well, I'm not surprised by Tua. I've gotten so much shit over the years how I've said Tua is not as good as everyone. I mean, he had so many wide receivers and weapons around him, and the play calling, everything was just like set up for his success. I'm not a huge Tua fan.
I thought they signed him prematurely to a massive deal, and now they're stuck with him for a while. I mean,
so you think he's lost out there? You think they're going to trade Tyreek? And
they probably should if they can, but they're going to have to agree to a trade where they're going to eat some of that salary. I don't think anybody wants to pay Tyreek $36 million next year.
Everyone keeps saying that he's going to go back to the Chiefs.
Possibly, but I don't know their cap situation.
So, if you're a Dolphins fan, are you jumping ship?
In 5 weeks when they're 1-4, it'll be funny.
Man, because I was going into this year thinking the Dolphins were going to be a lot better.
I wasn't.
Really?
No. This is the end of the Mike McDaniel era.
He just got there.
In 3rd year?
Yeah.
This is his 4th?
Yeah. You already jumping off ship? I mean, they scored 70 points last year.
2 years ago, right?
Was it? I thought it was last year.
They're going to lose they're not going to beat the Patriots.
Wow, okay.
They're not going to beat the Bills.
All right, 0-3.
Yeah.
You got them losing to the Jets, too, Justin Fields.
Justin Fields played his butt off.
I know, but
he played great, which I did not expect. But back to Danny Dimes.
Poor Dolphins.
I'm never surprised when he plays a really good game because he's a very smart. He's a pro quarterback who any coach will say, bring me Daniel Jones, and he will execute the game plan if I have a great game plan. He will prepare. He will throw to who I want him to throw to. Now, he can get fooled. He'll have some bad games, but we talked about it before we went on air. How were the Giants before he went there? Terrible. How are the Giants after he's gone? Terrible. So it's not just a Daniel Jones.
They got Russell Wilson.
They're already talking in week 2 about benching him.
That's not smart.
They score 8 points.
Russell Wilson's going to let him
And Jackson
ride.
Dart looked great in the preseason. But
but it was a preseason.
Oh, correct. But you drafted him in the first round.
True.
So that's coming sooner rather than later. And you got Daboll, who they're going to have to make that change very soon. Look, their schedule.
Who?
The Cowboys. They're going to go Cowboys.
Patriots?
No, the Giants.
Sorry.
The Giants are going to be 0-4. Look at that schedule. Cowboys, Chiefs, Chargers.
God damn it. Where is it? I know. Look, Giants. There we go.
They're going to stick with Russell Wilson till the Eagles.
Really?
Probably because you got a little extra time. Well, you think about it, Daboll's one of the top coaches on the hot seat this year. At least if you bring in your rookie quarterback and you show something in the second half of the season.
You have an excuse?
You might be able to buy another year, but they're not beating the Cowboys, Chiefs, or Chargers, you think?
No, they're done.
So people are going to want the rookie to play very, very soon. And
I think, honestly, if they lose to Spencer, if he's still the he's still the quarterback, because what's his name? Spencer Rattler? Yeah. Then I think he's probably get fired before the Eagles.
Yeah,
but you can't throw your rookie quarterback in against Philly, then go to Denver, and then
I agree. So
Philly.
It's all about when do you want to put him in.
I don't even see when you can on that schedule. Realistically,
well, they have the 10-day break after they play on Thursday.
That doesn't matter. You go to Denver. Then you go to Denver and you put your Denver has a good defense.
Very good. You think Daboll doesn't care about next year if he's not going to be here next year.
At this point,
he's got to earn next year.
You almost got to throw your rookie quarterback in against New Orleans.
Yeah,
New Orleans. Fish on Jay, $10. My Giants suck again. Same issue for 11 years. O-line. I know Brian wants to play Dart, but not yet. At least I have my bucks. Yeah, look. If you look at that,
you're talking about it's a Giants fan commenting.
Yeah.
Ask him when he wants to see. When do you make that change? If they're sitting there at 0-4. They're going to be 0-4.
Yeah, you have to at New Orleans because if you go, you don't want to throw your rookie against the Phillies. You don't want to do it against Denver. You don't want to do it against Phillies. And then you San Francisco, Chicago, Green Bay, Detroit, New England. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, their schedule's tough.
I mean, that's not going to be good for a rookie quarterback.
Pete Carroll got a win against Patriots. I like Pete Carroll. I like Mike Vrabel. Pete Carroll got the win. Pete Carroll's another one that
he's old school.
He's a good coach, man. He's one of, 3 who's won a Super Bowl and a national title.
Yeah.
And I like Vrabel too. And Patriots, yeah.
Let's see who you got there. Vegas.
Cardinals. Cardinals needed that one. The Cardinals, I think, have decent talent.
Kyler Murray, he was hurt too. Spencer Rattler. Let me ask something.
Yeah.
Rattler 46 times throwing the ball?
Is that how many times they threw it? Holy smokes.
That's because they have their coach is Kellen.
Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore. You have one of the best running backs, in my opinion, in Alvin Kamara.
They didn't get him the ball out of the backfield. He had carries, but he only had 2 catches.
But you don't think that maybe just a little bit, getting more than 4 carries? What do you have? 11 carries?
No, Kamara's never had a 1,000-yard rushing season.
No,
never has.
Did not really.
Never has. Look at his career stats. He is an incredible running back, but he is a great pass catcher.
Boom.
So 9 years, he has 6,800 yards. Well, this is his 9th year. 8 years, he has 6,800 yards rushing before this. So he's averaging 800 yards a year rushing, and he's averaging 500 yards, 600 yards a year receiving. So he's averaging 1,400 total yards from scrimmage, but never had a 1,000-yard season.
Last year was his best, 950.
Yeah. Yep. You got to get him the ball out of the backfield. He's an elite receiver.
Okay, well, let's see here then. If you look at if you want to break down the Saints, we're 2 catches.
Yeah, that's not enough.
That's it?
13 touches.
Who the fuck did he throw to for 46 times?
Look at the targets. Jawan Johnson, Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed. It's a lot of targets right there. That's 33 targets between them.
I feel like they probably should have been dumping it off a little bit more to Kamara.
Yeah.
Wow. What's your feelings on Spencer Rattler?
Spencer Rattler, he was one of the highest rated recruits coming out of high school. Obviously, everyone knows he left Oklahoma after the Caleb Williams situation, goes to South Carolina, and kind of revamped his career and became, I think, a 5th-round pick. And he looked okay at times as a rookie. A rookie 5th-rounder, you can only expect so much.
He looked pretty good against the Bucks.
He looked like he's going to be in the NFL for the next 10 years. As a starter, not likely, but and the Saints obviously drafted Tyler Shuck from Louisville, second round.
Is he going to be a Rudy Carpenter?
Carpenter lasted like a year and a half.
No, Rudy Carpenter didn't.
3 years max.
No, he didn't. That motherfucker was the one he was talking. I didn't know. I thought he was Freeman's drug dealer.
No.
Yeah.
I hung out with Rudy several times.
I know. He talked trash to me in the box about he would go to Vegas and he made a bunch of money being as a 3rd stringer. He was like a 5-year, 6-year.
1 career game.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's still a backup.
Go back to his Wikipedia. Look at his transactions right there. Right there. No.
Wikipedia. Where? Here?
You're really
yeah, I know.
This
chair makes you just not know how to
transactions
work.
Right there. Go down a little bit. Transactions. When was the last time he signed? Go down right there. 11 and 12. December 3rd, 2011 was the first time they released him. He was in the NFL till 2012, bouncing around.
Yeah.
That's 2 years.
No, I'm telling you, he was.
Scroll it down. All right, so 3 years.
Cowboys 4.
That was practice squad only.
Yeah,
no. That was off season or practice squad only. He was with the Bucks for 3 years. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, Cowboys, but he was still considered. You're still considered, so he was like 4 years.
He has 3 years. He is not pensioned.
Still, it's 3 years. Well, at the time, he was talking a bunch of crap. Maybe I looked it up wrong.
I mean, but we got to him because I was talking about how Rattler's going to play for 10 years. So that's why I'm.
So you think fine? Do you think he's going to be a Josh Johnson?
Josh Johnson is the most incredible career I've ever seen.
Yeah, John Gruden didn't know. Was it John Gruden that drafted him?
Yeah. No. Yeah. No, he was. Yeah, it might have been. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
He was drafted by the Bucks from the University of San Diego, though.
Yeah, I thought Ryan
All right, let's go.
Had it.
Let's go. Spencer Rattler is going to be a Kellen Clemens. How about that one?
Okay.
That better?
Yeah.
Kellen Clemens played in the NFL for a long time as a backup, made a lot of money. Or a nice little clipboard Jesus, Charlie Whitehurst. You like him?
Yeah. Okay.
Those are guys that got 10 years. Spencer Rattler will play in the NFL. He'll be on an NFL roster for several years because he has pretty good talent and he can be a pro quarterback. He can be a backup for a long time.
You think, well, let me go back to Danny Dimes. You think Danny Dimes is going to be the next Baker Mayfield?
He has that potential to be the Baker or the Darnold. Because the Colts the last couple of years, they can really run the ball with Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, he's back.
They can
looking good.
What's the Colts' record the last 3 years? They've been right around 500. So with bad quarterback play, if he can provide some decent quarterback play, they can push for a playoff spot in a bad AFC South. The AFC South's not good.
Texans are struggling a little bit.
Yeah. Yep. Titans, obviously rookie quarterback, bad organization right now. And then the Jaguars, Liam Cohen got a great win in his first week.
Yeah, they're feeling good with Trevor Lawrence. He's got a breakout year this year.
Yeah, he needs to. And obviously what we saw with Liam Cohen last year, he's a good offensive coach. He's a very good offensive coach.
I mean,
I expected the Panthers to win that game. I
know you picked them.
I did. I picked the Panthers, but you see Etienne right there.
Yeah,
that's 16 a huge
carries,
game.
143
and they just
yards.
You saw they traded Tank. Yeah. The Eagles, obviously Saquon's the workhorse. They need somebody behind him, and Shipley has a shoulder issue. He hurt his shoulder, I believe, or it was either shoulder or rib cage in week 1. So Tank Bigsby's going to come in, and he'll probably be the kick returner as well as get 8 or 10 carries a game. Tank Bigsby, he's got the name Tank for a reason. He's physical. He's 210 pounds, and he runs hard.
I was wrong. I went 12-4. You went 10-6.
What's that?
I thought Seattle pulled it out, but I saw the 49ers won.
Yeah.
I was saying under.
They lost Kittle for a few weeks.
Is he? They said he was going to come back next week.
I heard out for a few weeks, and Purdy is iffy with a shoulder. These guys, it's a long season, so they're going to hold star players are going to get held. Just like I'm sure Godwin and Wirfs, they could have tried to push it to 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's an investment. Fine. You've got a $27 million tackle and you've got a $22 million receiver. I want them for 13 weeks I want them for 13 weeks starting.
So you wouldn't
healthy.
So you wouldn't push Wirfs because it's not worth it.
Not worth it for any of these guys in a long season. You need these guys to at least. When you are hurt in the off season, you should not go back on the field until you are 100%. I do kind of understand at the beginning of the season you're 100% or close to it, but you get hurt during the season, you try to come back a little quicker. I understand that, but when you are hurt in the off season, you should not come back until you are ready at 100%.
Do you think? With the Lions and let's just go with the Lions because the Packers
Lions look bad. The Packers
You think it's the offense? You think it's the coordinators? You think
that's a big factor. That is a big factor that Ben Johnson was. We know the Packers are a good team. They were a top 5 or 6 defense last year, and they lost the Lions lost their offensive coordinator who resurrected Jared Goff's career, and the Packers were a much better team. And Jared Goff. 31 of 39. He's very efficient in terms of completion percentage, but the ball was not pushed down the field much at all.
It didn't look like last year's Lions.
Correct. Ben Johnson's a really good coordinator, and now we'll get to the Monday night game in a minute. But Rams-Texans, I definitely expected more points there.
Oh, yeah.
More points there. But
Stafford was looking pretty good. Fucking Piku, man. That guy's he's the real deal.
Piku? Puka?
No, I call him Piku Nakui.
Puka Nakua?
Whatever. But I just call him Piku because it's easy. I think Walker calls him because I say Piku.
All right.
Yeah, listen. I mean, the Rams are talented. Stafford's look good.
It's not that hard of a name. It's only 5 syllables. Christ. Puka Nakua?
Piku.
I mean...
Paku Akui.
All right, whatever you say.
Piku Akui. Do you know who I'm talking about, though, right? He's the next Cooper Kupp on the Rams.
Yeah.
10 catches, 130 yards, gets a bloody face. He's getting up. He's looking like a superstar.
I got to go to the box score of that game. Because that looks...
Because I know this, you have the Rams in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So you need them. Right there, look at that.
That's very low scoring for both offenses. I mean, the Rams had 300 yards, but only 14 points. There's a couple fumbles there. Got a fumble loss by each team.
They didn't really spread it around much.
It's a lot of targets for Puga.
And Devontae Adams had 4 for 51, which is nice, but after that, it's nothing.
Yeah.
They need a little bit more. They don't throw out of the backfield much either to Kyron, who I'm a big fan of. 18 carries, 66 yards, carried the war. He was a workhorse on that one.
Yep.
But once again, they look at it. They don't have that. They don't have that second back.
They got Corum. They'll give him more carries as the game goes on.
Yeah, I hope so, because they only gave him one.
Yep.
And then
he had a few catches though. Corum did.
Yeah, I mean,
and then the Sunday night game was a great game. I went to bed. I don't know how many people stayed up to watch it, but
I don't think half the Bills stadiums they all left out of there. But yeah, that I didn't stay up to watch it.
It's odd because Lamar played a great game. Derrick Henry played a great game, but he did fumble, which was key. But for a team that runs the ball as well as Baltimore and has the quarterback who runs the ball, they have blown some leads over Lamar's tenure, which is just bizarre. You think that the team that has such a good running game can run the clock out when they have the lead. It's bizarre.
What do you think that is?
I'm curious. I'm asking you. I'm asking anybody. I'm just making that statement that it is bizarre that the best running team in the NFL can't close games out.
Well, here, let's go. I'm going to pull up the game cast because, see, I didn't see the fourth quarter.
I mean, 430 yards.
Let's see here. Fourth quarter, we got Derrick Henry, 46 yards. Okay.
Right at that point, you have a 15. That was still early in the fourth, but Coleman's touchdown early or middle of the fourth quarter. They were up by 15 points with what time is that touchdown at?
2:22, 109 into it.
The next one.
Right there, yeah.
The next touchdown, 10 play, 80 yards.
Oh, you're saying, okay, for the Bills.
Click on it.
All right. 7:16.
Keep going. Go down.
I'm going. 3:56.
Pass. So, yeah, they 4 minutes to go. It's a 15-point game, and Derrick Henry fumbles in the second play after that. That's major.
Yeah, but this is major right here. This is what I'm saying right here. 3 plays, 6 yards. Derrick Henry, 3-yard penalty right there.
False start by a receiver.
9-yard pass and then a punt.
Yep.
I mean, that's a breaker right there. Then the Bills, they jump up, get a touchdown, and then you're looking at a fumble, touchdown. Now it's a 2-point game. And then this next one right here.
3 plays and a punt. Killer.
1-yard run. Oh, they put Flowers in.
Oh, no, they ran an end around, speed sweep.
Well, no, I'm saying they gave it their Flowers. They didn't you don't think they, I guess you just can't power it in.
Baltimore's loading the box. They know they have to get a stop to get the ball back.
2nd and 9.
Baltimore tries to get the ball on the outside with a little end around, with a little speed sweep.
And then a 6-yard pass. Yeah, and punt.
And then Josh Allen, he's obviously the MVP, and everybody loves to slob all over him because well-deserved. But Lamar's great, too. Everyone knows that. But
I thought you were about to hate on Josh Allen for a second.
He's great. He's great.
I mean, I was looking at his past.
Both him and Lamar are phenomenal. And I think one of them's got to get a Super Bowl soon. Got to. You're obviously in the AFC with Mahomes. Tough to beat him out.
I feel bad for the Buffalo Bills fans, though. I just feel like it's never going to come. But I feel like
we were growing up when it was 4 straight, when it was, boy, I love losing Super Bowls.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you always thought they were going to be there, and they were going to win one.
Yeah. But both Josh Allen and Lamar were projects coming out of college, and they've turned into the MVP, the 2 best quarterbacks, along with Burrow. Burrow is a great. I think everyone knows the 4 best quarterbacks are Allen, Mahomes, Lamar, and Burrow. That's who anybody would take. Everybody in the NFL would take them if there was a draft right now.
Who would you take number 1 between those guys?
Allen or Lamar.
Speaking of former quarterback talents, though, Aaron Rodgers looking like he was dropping some dimes in there.
Aaron Rodgers can still put the ball wherever he wants. If you put a good team around him, you'll have a good chance. 22
for 30, 244, 4 TDs.
Yeah, it was a great game, very efficient. And if you look at, it's funny because that Jets season last year, I want to say they started out about 1-5 or 1-6 with 4 losses just like this. And this is one of the ones where that game could have gone either way, obviously. And bad organizations find ways to lose, and the Jets are a bad organization, and they found a way to lose.
And the Pittsburgh knows how to stick around 500. Tomlin's a good coach.
Him and did you know that John Harbaugh has been 19 years with the Ravens?
Really?
It's Tomlin and Harbaugh, the longest tenured coach.
I would not have expected Harbaugh to be there that long, but
they're both great coaches. And obviously Harbaugh has won a Super Bowl, and Tomlin's won a Super Bowl, but they're longest tenured coaches. When you stick around a lot long in the NFL, you're a great coach.
What's Andy Reid now for the Chiefs?
Well, I mean, I still remember him well with the Eagles.
Well, yeah, but he left the Eagles.
So I'm going to guess it's probably 12 years with the Chiefs.
That's it?
I'm going to guess. You can click on it, look up Andy Reid's wiki.
I feel like Andy Reid's been there forever now. I'm going to say 2004.
No.
No?
No chance. Scroll down. Right there. 2013.
Shit.
Yeah. 13 years with the Eagles, and now this is the 13th year with the Chiefs. Pretty damn good. Talk
about a talent when you were younger that all the coaches were just watching him when he was 7 years old in the punt. Oh,
amazing. I mean, you've got the Andy Reid size also. People don't realize Andy Reid's a tall guy too. I have a good feeling that your youth pictures look much like Andy Reid's punt, pass, and pick pictures. Am I right, Lummy?
A little bit, but I mean, he was a little bit bigger than me.
When did you hit 200 pounds?
I don't know, 5th grade, I think, 6th grade.
That's huge.
Yeah, well.
When were you 6 feet tall?
6th grade.
Yeah. I mean, that's big.
Yeah, well, I hope when I'm Andy Reid's age or a little younger, I hope I have a better body than he does.
Andy Reid is a specimen.
He's a bad body.
He's a former. How old is he?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
He's had a bad bod since he was with the Eagles.
1958.
Yeah.
The man is 67 years old.
Okay, and when he was 47, 20 years ago, he had a bad bod.
What do you mean by bad bod? He's a former offensive lineman at BYU. He's a massive human being. He's an offensive lineman just like you.
All right, Ashley, if you're watching this, go pull up pictures of Andy Reid. That's what you're going to be. That's what you're going to see in 20 years ago.
Big Red. That guy. Could he be a little bit healthier? Probably, but Andy Reid is a tank in a good way.
And he's a good coach too.
Amazing coach. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Did you watch the whole
I went to bed
game?
After the pick six. Nashawn Wright down the far sideline, 75 yards. McCarthy was not playing well. 17-6 Bears. I thought there was no way Vikings were winning that game, and Kevin O'Connell is a really good coach. And from that point forward, I saw the highlights, obviously, but I could not believe that McCarthy came back, played very well at that point, and they got the win.
But what I think is going to be a no-brainer when I ask this question, who would you take when you're starting your team, McCarthy or Williams?
Still taking Williams.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I would. I mean, I think Caleb Williams, I think he's got a lot of hate for some reason.
Chicago's a huge market.
Yeah, but I think
they were badly coached last year with Eberflus, and Caleb Williams is a rookie quarterback. You can look up the stats, but I'm pretty sure he only had 5 or 6 interceptions starting 17 games as a rookie. That's exceptional ball security. Go up.
No, I'm not going to listen to you.
Okay.
I'm not going to listen
20-6 touchdown interception. So that's taking care of how many fumbles do you have? 6 fumbles, 2 lost. So we had 8 turnovers. Your quarterback's having less than a half a turnover a game. That's solid. Now, I mean, a lot of those yards are probably garbage yards, but
still,
that's as a rookie, that's not bad. Now he's got an actual offensive-minded head coach. You see the arm strength. You see how athletic he is. You just got to put it all together at the NFL level, because in college, he never played on time either. He literally was scramble around, never played on time. McCarthy played on time at Michigan, pro-style system. He's throwing balls before receivers are open, things like that.
Yeah, he was his first half. He was not looking good.
Oh, he looked timid. He needed to get hit a few times and start playing football rather than thinking, and he did. He had 3 touchdowns total in the fourth quarter, won a game, and it's last year he played really well in the preseason until he tore up his knee, and it's good for him, man. Sits out for a whole year. They They get rid of Darnold, obviously, to play him as he's technically a rookie. I mean, will he be a candidate for Rookie of the Year? Remember when Blake Griffin missed the whole year, but was Rookie of the Year the next year?
Yeah, I wonder if that...
is he allowed to be Rookie of the Year?
Probably not, because he never played. Let's see. Can J.D. McCarthy win Rookie of the Year?
It's autofilling. Let's see.
Comeback. Yeah, they got him comeback player of the year.
Comeback?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Rookie of the Year. Who knows? We'll see. But anyway, what games we got this week?
They got quote-unquote rookie for him, too. So it looks like he's not going to be able to win Rookie of the Year. Yeah, well.
You want to talk this week's slate of games?
Let's go for it.
Pretty good Thursday night.
Actually, this is a hell of a,
Redskins, Green Bay. Oh, Micah Parsons got that sack in the first week. You saw that?
Yeah. This is, I think he's going to struggle probably a little bit against Washington. McDaniel.
Jaden Daniels?
I call him McDaniel.
He's incredibly fast.
Unfortunately, but for some reason, I sit behind here, Bubba always butchers names, and then it's just one of those things where I just butcher names now. Like, no matter who it is.
That sounds like you're playing the blame game. Take some accountability.
Jesus Christ. Thank you, Grant.
Read. Enunciate.
I'm not reading anything. It's going off the memory.
Okay. All right. Then I'll give you a little bit of...
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
A little bit of slack there because it's off of memory. I thought you were just not real.
No.
Okay.
Oh, what? You don't think I can read?
Yeah.
Caleb Williams. Washington at Green Bay. Green Bay, look at that. 2 games in a row at home. Jordan Love. I think Green Bay just looked. They look
very good. I'm taking Green Bay at home. Jaden Daniels, tough quarterback to sack.
Yes.
Their defense obviously played really well against a bad Giants team. Now you got a good Packers team. Good matchup. I got Green Bay.
I'm taking Washington.
All right.
I like the upset. I like them going into Green Bay.
Cleveland, Baltimore. I think that's going to be unanimous with you and I.
You don't think Joe Flacco is going to come out and maybe take care of Baltimore, who's feeling down right now, making Baltimore 0-2, getting the hot seat for Harbaugh?
Well, I mean, Harbaugh's not going to be on the hot seat, but Joe Flacco should get a nice ovation when he comes in there. He won a Super Bowl there. He had an incredible playoff run. Baltimore give Joe Flacco his respect and thank him for winning you a Super Bowl, and then go win the game because Baltimore is not going 0-2 to start the year.
I'm going to say this is a very close game, and Baltimore squeaks it out. Squeaky game for Baltimore. Jacksonville at Cincinnati.
The surprising Jaguars.
Yes, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow. Man, I can never pick against Joe Burrow and Cincinnati.
I'm going Bengals.
I'm going Bengals too. I mean, they just have too many weapons. They got to put it together. I feel Jacksonville 1-1. They're still pretty new here, so we'll go in Cincinnati. New York at Dallas.
Dallas.
I mean, we pretty much already talked about that.
We've already talked about the Giants not being a good team. And
Dallas. Chicago at Detroit. I think this is a good game. Ben goes back to Detroit.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna go with Chicago.
Really?
I am.
Wow. Okay. So you think Detroit starts 0-2?
I do.
Ooh.
They did not look good in week 1. I think Chicago, I think Ben Johnson having the great scouting report this week will be a factor. New England, Miami, we both think Miami sucks.
Hold on, I'm going Chicago. My 2-2 is horrible. And the worst part is they got shit bags. Zach, what's his name? Who's their backup in Miami?
Zach Wilson?
Zach Wilson. He's not coming in and winning the game.
Former number 2 overall pick.
Yeah, well, would you take him as your quarterback?
I'm fine with him as a backup because he is talented. He's got athleticism and arm strength, but his confidence got shot with his time in the Jets. But he's another one that is going to be in the NFL for several more years because of his talent.
He was at the Broncos last year, right? Was he with the Broncos?
Was it Broncos?
Was he under Sean Payton for a little bit? Did he get a little coaching love? It might have
been. I don't remember.
Maybe he learned some stuff from Bo Nix. Yeah, I'm taking New England too. San Francisco at New Orleans. I mean, you're in love with Spencer Rattler. You know, maybe he'll throw 50 times.
We did have a nice Rattler dialogue today. I mean, I just think your comparison with him and Rudy Carpenter was awful. Just awful.
For whatever reason, my memory serves me that I thought Rudy Carpenter was
a 10-year backup.
Yeah, so it was 7.
I mean, I guess he was. I mean, because he was in Tampa, that I guess not recency bias, but what type of bias am I thinking about, Lummy?
Fuck if I know.
Location bias, just because he's here and in the area. He was on the roster for several years. I hung out with Rudy a few times.
Yeah, 3 years. He was on the roster for 3 years. I just thought he was with the Cowboys for a lot. I thought he was with the Cowboys for longer. But obviously I was wrong. And who do you got? San Francisco at New Orleans?
San Fran, no question.
You said Purdy's a little questionable, right?
San Fran's better, but New Orleans sucks.
They do suck, but I really want that upset. But I'll go with
Bosa 2 sacks.
Okay, well, I'm going with San Francisco. Why don't you just keep pointing out how much New Orleans? Is there anyone else that's going to get a sack against Rattler and his 50 passes?
No, but they'll probably bring in Chuck eventually.
Jeez. Buffalo at the Jets. Man, feeling bad for Justin Fields over there with New York.
I don't feel bad for people making $20 million a year to play football.
Of course. So who's our new head coach for the Jets too?
Oh, Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn came from Detroit.
Yeah, he was their defense coordinator, right?
Yeah. But Justin Fields played
he played good.
He played very good.
Against the Steelers.
He had a really good game. Justin Fields is an
good athlete.
An incredible athlete. Incredible athlete last year. His time in Chicago has not had good quarterback play. So I'm not going to judge Chicago quarterbacks who fail because, again, the organization sucks. It's been a bad organization for a long time.
I can name a lot of Chicago quarterbacks that just were studs after they left.
Oh,
Jay Cutler.
Cutler was a very good NFL quarterback.
Jim Miller. Rex
Grossman led him to the Super Bowl in Miami. Against Peyton Manning.
So who you got there now? Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo.
Seattle at Pittsburgh. I think this could be tough.
That's a good matchup. Interesting.
I think Aaron Rodgers is feeling good. I think
wins his home debut. I'm surprised. So Pittsburgh's defense needs to show up. They let up 32 points to the Jets. They need to have better performance.
Yeah, but I mean, Justin Fields coming off. I feel like it was a big game for him. Sam Darnold. I mean, I don't see Sam Darnold lighting up the Pittsburgh defense.
Darnold was another one. Had a rough first week. I got Pittsburgh.
I got Pittsburgh too. Rams at Tennessee.
I think we're both. Yeah, you got to pick the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, Stafford's going to lead it out. Tennessee's still going to struggle. Cam Ward, I think, only had 144 yards.
Yeah, it wasn't a ton. He had some drop passes. They're not a good team. It's going to take some time.
But I mean, he looks like I think they got someone there. I think they got a quarterback.
Oh, he can rip it. He can rip the ball around the field.
I don't think they have a bust on their hand.
Agree. And I love his comments that he literally does nothing but football. He doesn't care about anything else.
Which is perfect. That's what you want.
I love it.
It's kind of like you. Carolina at Arizona.
With Cam Ward with a little more talent, though.
Just a tiny bit, though.
Yeah. Carolina
at Arizona.
Give me the mayor of Munchkintown. Who am I talking about?
Kyler Murray.
Yes.
Come on. What's his Bryce isn't any taller.
Correct.
So, I mean.
But Kyler Murray looks shorter.
He sure does. He looks like a little guy out there.
But he can play.
He's quick. He's fast.
He's incredibly fast.
And he's got wide receivers. Marvin Harrison
Maybe
Jr.
one of the greatest high school athletes in history of sports. Obviously, was a first-round draft pick in baseball, but as a high school quarterback, I believe he went 3 years in a row in Texas big school division at Allen High School, which is huge school in Texas. They're one of the ones with the $100 million stadium that seats 20,000, and he never lost a game.
Allen Iverson would argue with you. He was a superstar football player, quarterback.
Yeah, he was.
What Newport
Phoebus High School in Hampton, Virginia.
Hampton, Newport was
Hampton, Newport News, Virginia Beach, same area.
Yeah, see?
7 cities, Norfolk.
Benny Moss, all those guys.
But is Danny Dimes staying hot in week 2? Denver at Indy? Bo Nix had a terrible week 1.
I love picking Denver. There's this guy Grouper Lips. He's a big Denver fan. Did you know that Denver's building a $3 billion stadium?
They're getting rid of Invesco at Mile High?
I guess so. I mean, the looks like the Waltons are going to come in, build a $3 billion stadium with a roof.
Really?
I don't know about the roof part. That's what they said, but
that gives you the chance to host a Super Bowl. They're not. I mean,
big of retractable though.
It's probably going to be retractable.
Yeah.
But again, you can host more events. It's money, man.
Yeah, of course. It's a retractable roof. Okay, it is a retractable roof. Denver, Danny Dimes. You know what? Fuck Denver. Fuck Denver.
I'm taking Danny Dimes, man. Early season Pro Bowl hopeful Daniel Jones.
Danny Dimes, let it ride, baby. It's Indianapolis. Let's go. Philly at Kansas City. Wow, this is a good game. 4:25 Saturday.
KC's not starting 0-2.
So you're thinking 1-1 Philly, huh?
Yeah.
Did you really see many chinks in the armor for Philly? I know Dallas played them kind of tough, but
yeah, I mean, Philly's secondary is not great. I know they got Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell are both highly rated, but you can get yards on them in the air. But if Jalen Carter's there, it makes it a little bit harder. It's real tough to run the ball on Philly. If you beat them, it's got to be in the air.
Well, I'm going to have to disagree with you, and me and Andy Reid, who are twins, according to you. I'm gonna relive like it's Andy Reid back in Philly. I'm taking the Philly. I'm taking Kansas City going 0-2, right. Sitting in the bottom, feeling sorry for themselves. Go Eagles. I hate the Eagles, but I hope good luck.
Okay.
Atlanta at Minnesota. Michael Penix coming off a tough loss. He was looking pretty good.
Good
Minnesota,
performance in a tough loss. I'm going to go with Atlanta. Pull the upset on the road.
I am too. I think Atlanta deserve.
They'll get Bijan more.
They
involved.
deserve that win against the Bucs.
I won't go that far.
No. Well, I'm saying, listen. Fucking Woo Kong Hu. Okay.
Well, I mean,
he never misses.
He's a good kicker.
Yes.
And so is the Bucs guy who missed a kick, missed one and an extra point. So the Bucs left 4 points on the field.
You
too.
saw why that pressure coming in on the left side.
It had absolutely no effect on the kick.
You don't think so?
No. You don't have a clue if the pressure's coming as a kicker, Lummy.
You see it. They were in there so quick.
You're looking at the ball. You're looking at your spot.
Not him. He looked up, man. He got nervous. You look at that. Next week, I'm going to talk to you about that. I'm going to have that on replay. We're going to watch it. We're going to do film breakdown.
McLaughlin got nervous?
Yeah.
So he took his eyes off of the holder's hands?
Fucking three guys coming right at you.
Right.
I was a kicker.
What?
I was a kicker.
At what age?
9.
Was this before or after you hit the 200-pound mark?
It was after. Before. I'm sorry. It was before I hit the 200-pound mark.
All right. Soccer style or toe hack?
I was soccer style, baby. I was knocking.
Did you ever attempt a field goal in a game?
In a game.
Or an extra point? Did you ever attempt one?
Not in the game.
All right. But you were a kicker?
Yeah. Come on.
I don't know if you can really
we never
that.
Scored a touchdown.
You went a whole season without scoring a touchdown?
Yeah.
I want to get back to that to finish up after I think we're both going to take the Bucs at Houston, start off 2-0. We got the Monday night doubleheader.
Oh, of course. We can never pick. I can never pick against
Houston.
Houston.
That means Houston's going to be 0-2.
Well,
No, that's a playoff
big.
team. That's good. Yeah, that's
good.
I
mean, but it is a weak division.
It is.
Because if you're looking at it, Tennessee's going to be 0-2. They're going to be 0-2. Indianapolis, at that point, if we are going with our picks, are going to be 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then Cincinnati.
But Houston's back-to-back division champs. Going to be potentially be 0-2 is big. That's tough. Starting 0-2 is tough. I know you see the analytics every year when it's very tough to make the playoffs if you go 0-2.
But I think
that's why it was so important for the Bucs to win that game because you've got 2 games in a row on the road. Winning on the road in the NFL is not easy.
No, but is that division? Where are we at?
Houston,
here?
AFC South?
No, but I'm saying no. Okay, so Jacksonville. Okay, I was thinking they were going to have 2, but it's going to be a split division. I was looking at see who, and then I was looking at also the North too. but it's all split. I was thinking that there was going to be 3 teams that were going to be 0-2. Yeah.
And then I'm actually going to take Pete Carroll in the upset in the late game Monday night.
I'm riding my boy Herbert.
All right.
I'm riding my boy Herbert with the Chargers. And
hostile environment in Vegas. Pete Carroll starts off 2-0.
Yeah, well,
my pick.
It's going to be a close game, but I think Herbert leads it out for a victory.
All right. I like it. But let's go back to you as a kicker.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't really – I'm going to have to dispute your claim that you were ever a kicker because you never kicked in a game.
Listen, the last time I kicked a football was
I don't doubt that you can kick a football. You are actually – I will give you credit. You are a good athlete. You can throw. You can catch.
Thank you.
Well, I don't – you have good hand-eye. But
wow, thank you.
To say you were a kicker implies that you kicked before in a competitive environment.
Yes. When I was in...
You kicked in practice as a 9-year-old.
Yes, I know that. It was it was in school.
So does that mean I played center because I snapped the ball when I was
yes, you might as well go for that.
The first water break when I played for the Peekskill Panthers in Peekskill, New York, I told the coach, I said, "Hey, I'm a quarterback." And he said, "Throw this ball over there and hit that guy in the head." And I did, and then he switched me in the center.
Here, to be on all honesty, in high school, my senior year, our team was so bad.
What was your record?
0-10.
Really?
I got hurt after the first 4 games.
Indian Rocks was 0-10?
Yeah, they blew my knee out. They took me out in the 4th game. But to start the year...
you blew your knee out?
Huh?
You blew your knee out?
Yeah.
You had knee surgery? I never knew that.
No, I didn't have knee surgery, but I blew my knee out.
But
I had strains in MCL, ACL.
I'm gonna go back to. I just got to call your bullshit, man. You were a kicker. You blew your knee out.
I'm gonna tell you. No, hold on. Listen to me. No,
you blew your knee out, but you didn't get it fixed in high school. You had a knee injury.
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Time to repair. That's not blowing out a knee.
I'm gonna tell you what happened, and I'm being honest. In the senior year, 0-10, our team was so bad. That was the year I played quarterback for the first 2 games.
Did you?
Yeah, had like 7 interceptions because our line. I was bigger than our offensive line.
I know you were.
I was 230.
You were 230 at that point.
Yeah. And I was also our long snapper.
Nice.
Like Daryl.
Well, you can throw. If you can throw, you can snap. That's what Levitt told me. When he moved me to safety one time, he saw me out on the field in practice before actual organized activities started. And he looked at me. You can snap. You can snap. And I became an emergency snapper for the spring.
See, so during the thing, I had to snap. And then our kicker got hurt. And I could kick. The problem was our next long snapper, we didn't have one. So the guy we were trying to show him how to long snap. It was like lofting it up there. And he goes, "There's no point." So we had our other guy who was the backup quarterback for me at the time he could do straight toe kick.
Yeah, toe hacking. That's
and
what
it was good enough if we scored. So they said, "There's no point for you to be the kicker because it's going to get blocked every single time."
Mm-hmm.
So we'd rather have you at least to get the points there, put you as a long snapper to kick to put it back to at least get those points.
That is actually very similar to my kicking.
So there you go. So I never kicked in a game because I had no one snapping back.
I don't claim to be a kicker. Do you want to hear my story?
Yes, I want to hear your story.
All right. I did punt for my school, Athens High School. I punted all of junior year and all of senior year, but that's not kicker. I was the punter. I told coach, I said, "I won't get it blocked, and they're going to have a threat of a fake, so let me punt." And I punted for 2 years. I wasn't good, but I punted the ball. And we had a kicker who was terrible, and he missed an extra point in a game that we lost by 1. And so we just were going for 2, but coach said, we need some guys who can kick. I said, "Coach, I think I can make extra points." And so me and our running back were going back and forth in practice, kicking. And this is high school. This is off of a tee. Like you have the little block tee that you're kicking off of. And I was making the extra points with it's not live. This is literally just me and the running back saying, okay, one of us can make extra points. He was a soccer style kicker, the running back, much better than me. But I actually had a higher percentage of extra points made than him during that little practice period. And because I was straight on toe hacker, so it's pretty easy to just make an extra point, even though it was low. But we get to the game that week. We score late in the game against the league champion team. The team that won the league championship was a huge upset we pulled. Coach looked at me and pointed and says, "You kick." I said, "Okay." So the running back's holding. He is literally up there holding, and as the play clock is winding down, he yells at me from the sideline and goes, wait, switch. And I went and held, and the running back kicked, and he made it, and the rest is that was my one chance. I almost kicked in a game. So I think I'm more of a kicker than you, Lummy.
Yeah, you probably are, but I was just saying.
I bet you were a better kicker than me, but I was actually lined up to kick a high school extra point briefly.
I was never lined up to kick anything in a game, so you are correct on that one. I played more snaps at quarterback than I did at kicker, which is saying a lot.
Yeah. Well, I think we've got to keep bringing me back just to call your bullshit on things like that.
No, but there's no bullshit. I just explained. I mean, 9.
You're not a kicker.
Well, listen. I kicked a field goal during the Super Bowl. During the like that 2 weeks thing, the fan fest thing they have. I kicked the field goal there. I
100% believe that you could go out and you would have a good chance of making the college game day Pat McAfee kick, but that doesn't mean you were a kicker.
Yeah, that's true. Listen, you know what? I got to live through that, though. All right? I got to live through that, just like me saying I was a quarterback.
You played quarterback in a game. That's fine.
Okay, so I can call myself a quarterback.
Yes.
You and I are in the same level then.
Yes.
That's kind of sad.
I mean, you're going to have, that is great, though, because you are, what's your weight at right now? You're
Fat.
6'5", you're right around 300 pounds?
Yeah.
When you tell people you were a quarterback and a kicker, that's some good reactions.
Exactly. They look at me like I'm full of shit.
But you played.
I did.
You were a quarterback for 2 games.
I was, and my record was 0-2.
But so again, that's the Daniel Jones situation. The team wasn't 0-2 because you were the quarterback. They went 0-10 0-8 without you.
Yeah, they were horrible.
Yeah.
It's however many games are in high school, but I know that we lost every single game, and it was horrible, and I only played 4 games. And
you guys were a private school, so maybe it wasn't 10. Maybe it was 0-9. I don't know. I went to high school in Ohio.
To be honest, once I got my knee, it was my senior year, I just was focused on
And then we got to
baseball.
go back to that. You didn't blow your knee out. Did you get that's a...
I caught I strained.
You hurt your knee.
Yeah.
A strain? Well, tape an aspirin to it.
You can't know because it was they called it a strain, but it was strained to both, and I couldn't. I was not allowed to play. They would not clear me to play.
A strain or a sprain?
Strain.
A strain is a 2 to 4 week injury if it's a strained knee ligament. A sprain, you're talking 4 to 8 weeks.
It was a 4 to 8 week injury. Look.
Then it should have been diagnosed a sprain.
Okay, maybe it was a sprain.
A blowout. If you're talking a knee and a blowout, you're talking surgery is required.
Well, listen, as Gripper Lip said, I skinned my knee. No, okay, then it was a sprain. All I know is
now I will say you did blow out your shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
But the shoulder doesn't require surgery because you can live your life pretty normal without it.
I know. Coco Eaton told me that one. No, but what my knee is, look, I was out for the remainder of the season, which I believe it was 4 to 8 weeks. They said I possibly could have come back at the last game of the year, my senior year, but I didn't want to chance it because I had baseball.
Yeah, and Lummy can legitimately... All right, your high school baseball. I want to ask, I don't know your high school baseball stats. Do you?
Unfortunately, I do.
All right. Well,
49 batting average with 10 home runs.
Wait, 49?
489 average.
489, shit.
Yeah.
How many homers?
With preseason 10 total.
Preseason does not count.
So 8.
You had 8 homers in your senior year?
Yeah.
Damn. So you were all county. What was your accolades?
All-state. First team all-state.
You were first team all-state.
Yeah.
Damn, 8 homers. What were the dimensions at Indian Rocks Christian High School?
Just a normal. It was
310 down the line.
I think it was 320 and 405 to center.
405 to center is big. Yeah. I know you're a big boy, and I know he legitimately has basebit talent.
Yeah, but
But what about on the mound? You were throwing 88, 89. What was your record on the mound?
I think it was like 4-6, 4-5.
Really?
Yeah.
You had a losing record?
Yeah, my control wasn't the greatest. Maybe I didn't have a losing record. Maybe it was 4-4. It was 4-5.
But you were first team all-state as what position?
First base.
Okay.
First base.
DH. Got that big target.
Well, technically you want to call it first. I was first team all-state utility.
Okay.
It was a DH, pretty much.
But you hit 8 homers in high school. Did you know how many games?
No, I don't know how many games.
Probably around 30, right?
Probably. I have no idea.
I only hit 2 my senior year.
Yeah, that's all right. It is what it is. You know. Yeah. But no, we
only play around 20 games in Ohio just because of the weather.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Playing baseball in Ohio or any state up north, totally different. The first time you step foot on the field is a lot of times the first game.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because everything else is done in the gym. There's snow on the field till March, late March.
That's no good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you got basketball too.
Oh, yeah. I played basketball. Did you play basketball for Indian Rocks?
I did, but I stopped my junior year because my sophomore year I broke my ankle.
Oh, okay. You landed on somebody?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was a legit break. I had a cast on it.
Yeah. Hey, that sucks.
And I missed the whole baseball season.
Damn, you can't be doing that.
Exactly. So there you go. That's what happened. I sprained my knee.
Sprained your knee. There you go. Thank you. I appreciate the correction.
Thank you. I appreciate you correcting me, and I'm not a kicker. Never was.
No, you weren't.
No, I was not. Just like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going 2-0, and USF will win, no matter what the Miami fans say.
Love it.
Thank you, Grant. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
You took me back in time, and now I remember all the fake things I had in my head.
I look forward to calling out your bullshit again next week.
I can't wait. And tune right back in. Appreciate everyone tuning in, and we'll be back live tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. right here on the Bubba Army. See you guys.